Hey guys, I'm back with another video for a card that's up on the Lawn Fawn blog today. Today I'm using the A Little Sparkle stamp set, Unicorn Picnic stamps and dies. I'm actually not using the Puffy Clouds dies, but I am using the large Slimline dies with sliders, and I'm also going to be using the Starry Sky stencil. Alright, let's get to it. Of course, I'm going to start by stamping all of my images. I'm going to be coloring with Zig Clean Color Real Brush markers like usual. And today, I am not sure exactly what my scene is going to look like at this point. So I'm just stamping all the things. I'm stamping fairies from both of the unicorn sets, the clouds, and this is when I realize I need to use a few more images, so I get the different cloud sizes from the new All the Clouds stamp set. I love there's like 4 different sizes and shapes of clouds, and they're just perfect, so I stamped all the clouds. And before you ask, I actually did use them all this time. I am notorious for stamping a lot more clouds than I need. That's just how I roll. If I think I'm gonna have 5 clouds in my sky, I'm gonna stamp 11. I don't know why. I've never been in a situation where I've had a, very urgent need for a cloud that I couldn't I couldn't fix. Anyway, okay, so I am not coloring all the clouds, but I am showing you how I colored the clouds, and they're all similar. I started with a mid-gray marker, just did the edges where I wanted a little shading, and then used my damp water brush to pull the color down. And it's really simple. I had intended originally to add some glitter to the shaded areas of my clouds, but I changed my mind in the end, and that's okay. I still like it. I am also going to show you how I colored the unicorns, but again, I'm not going to show you me coloring every single unicorn. I'm just going to show you me coloring the one. I started by using a light shade of purple to color the body of my unicorn, and I just colored the areas that I wanted the shading. I put the marker, and then I used, again, same with the clouds, my damp water brush to pull the color out the rest of the way. I'm really giving these unicorns the rainbow treatment because they're all going to have the best rainbow hair and mane. I think it's my favorite part of unicorns, I'm not going to lie. I always struggle with what color to use the body of the unicorn. Sometimes I do like a beige, sometimes I do a really light gray, sometimes I do purple, and it doesn't matter. I just love the rainbow mane. That's the main takeaway here. I started by coloring the fairy's wings like a blue, like I would for a regular fairy I was going to color, or a bee or something, but I end up changing that, you'll see later, and I end up coloring all the fairies monochromatically. So this one's mostly pink, so I'm going to go in and recolor her wings in like a purpley pink. But yeah, that's basically it. That's my coloring, guys. Nothing too fancy. I'm just showing you how I die cut the large Slimline images, frames, from white cardstock, and now I'm going to do some ink blending. I am just using 2 colors. I'm using Picked Raspberry and Dried Marigold Distress Inks, and I am making darker pink on one end, and then Dried Marigold at the top, and then, excuse me, and then when they meet in the middle, that's my favorite, when they get that like corally color. Oh, I love that color. You'll see more of it in a minute. There's going to be more right here. So here I'm just doing the same colors. This one is going to be stacked on top, so I didn't need to add the color in the middle of the larger Slimline image. I keep calling it an image. Cardstock. This is going to be where this is going to go right on top. So I'm just doing a lot more ink blending, pink on the bottom, marigold on the top, and then making that really pretty, like I said, like corally color in between. It's not perfect. You can see that my blending isn't seamless, but that's okay because I'm going to splatter some color from the ink pads. I just smush the ink pad on my craft mat, use some water and a paintbrush and splatter the colors on. I did this on both panels. Ooh, panel, that's the right word. I knew it would come to me if I kept going. So I did marigold and pink raspberry all over the back, and then I set those aside to dry. Oh, I also added some white acrylic paint because I can't stop myself. Cannot. You know what's going to happen, guys, if I'm ink blending. I just spritzed some more clean water, little dab of white paint, got my paintbrush, and splatter away. Let the splatters fly. Once it was dry, I used the Starry Sky stencil and some of this awesome sparkly embossing paste. It adds the best texture and glitter, and I usually save it for winter cards because it's got a really nice like snow feel to it, but I'm like, no, this card needs the sparkle. And you'll see, I mean, hello. What's not to love? It's amazing, right? Yeah, I'm glad I went that way instead of just plain white. And so this is basically what my scene is going to look like. I'm just using the Lawn Fawn glue on the back of my images to make sure everything sticks. Because I use this glittery embossing paste with the stencil, nothing's going to want to stick to it. So I'm using all the adhesives to make sure that everything sticks. All of the clouds are being adhered directly to the panel. The fairies and the unicorns are popped up with a little bit of foam tape, but I'm still using the glue on them because all the adhesive and literally nothing wants to stay. That's the only downside. It's all staying now that the card's done and it's dried, but the texture and the dimension, it just did not want to stay. So I'm using my clear acrylic block to hold things down and holding it down with my finger, and we'll get through it together. I decided to have some of the clouds overlapping onto the back panel, and I used the fancy wavy banner dies to die cut out of vellum, and I'm going to heat emboss my sentiment. I'm just using a little pencil to mark the folded lines that need to be folded because they didn't really come through. I don't know if I didn't have enough pressure on my die cutting machine or what, but I'm just using a little bit of pencil so I know how to line up the sentiment, and then it makes it pretty easy to to finish. Okay, so now my heat emboss sentiment, there we go, whew, is done and dry. And now I'm just going to attach the back panel with some more foam tape because this card, we're going big, people. Dimension, glitter, I like it. And I'm just going to attach it to the background, and then I have this other one lonely cloud left that I haven't placed anywhere, and I was like, I cannot have just one cloud. So I just put a little bit of foam tape in the bottom corner, and I'm attaching it with some glue, so again, it doesn't go anywhere, and that's it. I've used all the clouds. All the clouds were used. I did it. And then here, I'm just using my card base. I cut it a little bit bigger than the dies, and I'm just folding it over to create my, the actual card mechanism. Lots of glue and adhesive so it doesn't come apart, and then I can attach my panel directly on top, and then attach my banner with some glue in the folded areas. Even though it's vellum, I find that even though it's vellum, I find I can add glue where the banner is folded and you can't really tell. That's what I'm doing there, just a tiny little bit. And then I'm pressing it down and holding it, and I'm done! Isn't this the cutest ever? I love those rainbowy unicorns and the fun sky. The fairies are adorable. I used all the clouds, that's a win. And I love that clear vellum banner. So fun. Be sure to check this card out up on the Lawn Fawn blog. And if you liked it, let me know. If not, keep it to yourself. No, I'm just kidding. Thanks again, and have a good day, everybody. Bye.